Hello, Rocky Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy Renaissance Challenge Modes. With me, BlueAnkylo. The challenge is a relatively weak team, specifically to try to get some achievements. Achievement hunting tubers. Are you guys annoyed that these are still saying new? They're gone. We're gonna get, hopefully, if I don't accidentally misclick, no resting in and in, don't spend too much money, and never buy weapon, armor, or magic. And also, low-key, spending as little money as I'm able. So for the moment, we have still never spent any money on heal potions, pure potions, soft potions, houses, or cabins. Although I've bought maybe a dozen or 15 tents, because saving is a quality of life feature I choose not to skip. However, our party has been quite self-sustainable, and generally speaking, hasn't been a huge problem not buying any armor or weapons. Our armor is a bit low. One of the things I've noticed in the grind is only having 2 silver bracelets is a bit rude. People do get hit pretty hard when you only have 5 absorb. So that's a bit rough. At the moment, the monk has 13 absorb from levels, so I figured that was about the right time to move the silver bracelet to someone else. Because the natural 13 is not much lower than 15, and the monk has good HP. Although, oddly enough, the thief has somehow managed to stay ahead on HP growth than the monk, which isn't how I usually remember it. So either the monk has been getting very low rolls, or the thief has more HP than I thought. Usually, I found the black belt had, I thought, the best HP growth overall. Maybe it's later than earlier, but either way, they're all pretty consistently around 200. The Thief is just a little ahead, which means they are, I guess, the best tank for now. Anyway, we're going to go back into Earth. I did specifically level to the point where we get 2 attacks with our harp. However, with no... Remember when we did solo bard, I min-maxed or stat-maxed the strength. So by level 13, we probably had like 20 strength or something. And did a lot more damage. But we do get 2 attacks at least, and that might work. Let's find out. Let's go. Let me get my search list, because I still didn't fully clear this dungeon. You know, we might die a couple times, but for the OCDers out there... what did I miss? Oh, I see. It's a similar type of location, but that's the wrong one. I think it's just a pure potion. I suppose there's no harm in doing a couple random fights as we go down. I do need to keep Vaughn especially healed up between battles, which is kind of difficult without spending a lot of time like doing Angel Song, basically. We kill enemies decently quickly, but the big shortage right now is basically menu healing, and there's not really any fix to that I can think of. So I need to be just cautious, basically, because I have a couple heal potions, but I really don't want to have to spend them yet. Now, I suppose, just looking at my map, there is an upgraded potion down here, which is, like, in theory, our best, largest heal if we, yeah, I know, if we get into a really tough spot. Okay, let's see if we can maybe just... The arachnids don't actually do much damage, so regeneration is gonna out... yeah, the random geomancy does make healing rather tricky. Anyway, there's the special potion. There's another pure potion we could pick up. I suppose I should. Let's take this fight for a little bit of free healing, I think. I need to get rid of the poison. I want the extra armor and big heal. And I want some armor, because the bowl hits a little bit of damage. It does do some damage. So yeah, the Earth Blessing is... I guess I can turn the speed down. I'm not... no, I have it at 6. I think I forgot to turn it to 8 during my off-camera grind. I wasted like a couple minutes of time. Anyway, yeah, this is a very powerful healing spell for the Earth Dungeon, which is pretty sweet. Oh, I have to wait. Wait, what am I doing? Chakra, wait. Because I got to get rid of that poison. This is the only free way to do it right now. Forever. And then usually what I do is try to get the Angel Song going until I'm at a decent HP threshold. I could, you know, technically you can always keep using Chakra to heal up a little bit more, but I think it's actually slower than just ending turns. But one thing that is kind of fun is technically Chakra heals more the less characters are on the map. And when the Bard is hiding, that does technically boost the healing of Chakra a little bit. I think if the Bard is on the screen, like visible, Chakra heals for like at this level, somewhere around 18 or 19. So it's like a certain amount of damage split between however many a certain amount of healing split between the number of characters that are on the screen. I'm not sure how the game is calculating that amount before it gets divided, but it does seem to scale to some degree, you know. We could also try specifically to recharge our Geomancy here. It's no guarantee when you use it, but I feel like because I'm using the Geomancer more this time than usual, when you do get a successful recharge on the terrain, it does give you +1 of them all. So if I have like 0, like if I could have my maximum capacity is 2 of each right now. If we had 0, 1, 1, 2, after a recharge we'd be at 1, 2, 2, 2. It doesn't overflow, of course, but you do get +1 to everything if there is an available slot, which is pretty good. But I feel like the chance of it restoring charges per use is less than 50-50. Maybe somewhere around the 1/4 or 1/5 regions. I mean, it's hard to say without looking at the code or really doing a lot of data. You know, you could certainly just start keeping track of it on a little notepad or something, and after you took enough sample size, you could figure out pretty close to what the actual numbers are. It's pretty low, so if you're... We only recharge terrain like that, and what I did do, just to let you know, you can't check it or anything, but if we go back to the grass, the forest, the ocean, any of those areas, I have recharged everything to 2 out of 2, just so that for the video, it's a little bit easier to travel around. Okay, floor 3 is where things get a little spicy, and let me just double check. So I skipped all of the stuff. There's a buckler that the Geomancer can technically equip, so I guess I get that. Gross. I do think we can AoE them if we get a turn. So the 2 people with AoEs should probably do it. Yeah. Even if we don't kill them all, this is a very good use. So getting the Bard to this level, I think, was a good call. And as long as I have a charge of Earth Embrace, we can also sweep them with that. So that's one of the 2 really bad, or one of the 3 bad encounters, let's say. And it's not going to be too bad with this party, thankfully. There's a free soft potion, which helps with one of the other annoying fights. This is perhaps the worst, although our armor and damage are, you know, getting better as time goes on. But these guys definitely hit pretty hard. The good news is, yeah, Black Belt with a couple more levels basically one-shots them. So in small groups, this is actually kind of garbage. Can we walk through them? I don't know how the game does it. I have a couple times walked on top of an enemy sprite. So that was lucky. But I don't know if there's a way to force it. It's probably a bug of some sort, and maybe requires things moving in 2 dimensions, not 1 dimension. But yeah, a free buckler is technically an upgrade. That puts the Geomancer at 19. That's pretty solid. That's almost the Thief. I could have given it to the Bar. I could move the Silver Bracelet down for better average defense. What would that look like, just for interest's sake? 8 and 16. The thing is, the Bard... Yeah, the Bard is more likely to be hiding and take the hits less in general. So I think it's still slightly more efficient to give all the armor to Isaac. Although you could... Yeah, there's still an argument for the Silver Bracelet on the Monk, but you know, the levels are already enough that it's pretty much the same. Maybe we do like a random... I mean, chances of getting a turn, right? And we run away, of course, anyway. I actually haven't fought an Earth Elemental yet. Been avoiding them pretty carefully. They definitely hit hard, and maybe more than I'd like to deal with. But yeah. When we were grinding against giants, one thing that is nice is the Dragon Sword. It's bonus damage against dragons, but some things are dragons that you wouldn't expect. Like iguanas. So, it doesn't work on the giants, but the iguanas get one shot by the thief actually quite efficiently. Okay, let's do this. We technically have anti-undead, but it's probably not the strat. And he doesn't count as any of these three. Okay, let's just burn him down, hopefully. Attack, attack. He doesn't... Earth is such a weird element. I'm just gonna start testing all the stuff. He does resist Earth. That's annoying. See, I generally assume undead resist Earth, but I think it's like the incorporeal ones, the ghosts, that should usually resist Earth. The vampire is physical, but I guess maybe the idea is he can fly. Like, a D&D vampire usually can fly or float or something. It's a fairly common vampire trait, or at least spider climb. I don't know. Maybe that's enough. But yeah, flying creatures certainly would resist Earth, but like a bird. But I'm not sure exactly why a vampire gets it. Did the wizard vampire get it too? Yeah, definitely. Who knows what the developers were thinking for some of these, but yeah, dragons theoretically should fly, so they're probably resistant to Earth. I don't think it's a great... Sphinxes, it must be something not a Sphinx. I think, do D&D Sphinxes fly? I mean, they're pretty magic. They could probably cast it or something. This is just built off of the Manticore sprite. I'm not even sure if it's supposed to be a Sphinx. That's one I'm not 100% sure of in my, trying to find the original D&D monster for every single enemy kind of thing. I was looking for something. Whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll just fight them. Oh, the dragons, right? Yeah, resist Earth. Resist Earth. So the dragons kind of get the they just fly rule. I think Gorgamiras can fly. And that's kind of how I have to try to remember. Is if the creature theoretically should fly, then it resists Earth. And the eyes do float, so that counts as well. Okay, I think I've got an idea at least. Anyway, the point is that's not really great. The armor might just be the best play. So we'll do that. We get all our armor. And we might just punch him to death. Well, not too easy. 83 damage, stunned. So much for the... Bards, the fact that their buffs aren't like permanent until you overwrite them with another song is actually pretty dumb. Pretty dumb. And in there, now we monk just murder him. So yeah, I think you could probably kill the vampire at level 10 or 11 monk with a little bit of luck, with one shot even. This floor, however, is pretty dangerous. I do actually need, like, a bit of XP and stuff. So we got a preemptive strike. We could have ran away, but I wanted to test out my Ash Harp. It's not quite as strong as I was hoping. Maybe. I was thinking I should maybe try to heal up a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I still don't think... like, on a solo bard run, it didn't really matter. But now that we're doing other types of support builds with the bard, I think it becomes pretty obvious that they really are a bit weak for... At least to me, anyway. I think it's pretty obvious they are a little bit underpowered for what you get. The fact that they can't attack without losing their buffs, or even, like, drink a potion or use an item magic. That's not... I don't think that's a great mechanic. And having to take a turn to hide to recharge a buff... Like, the buffs aren't crazy strong. Like, they're good, but they're not, like, absolutely game-breaking. Like, they're way worse than just having a mage that just casts spells or a fighter that just kills stuff. I think the idea is the turn economy... You would need to get a bigger value per song for the songs to sort of cost 2 actions each, basically. And I know when you're promoted, it's a little bit better, but maybe they should start at 2 songs per rest, per hide, and then in promotion, it's like, just don't worry about hiding. You can hide if you want, but you can just, I don't know, like 4 songs, you just get fully buffed and then hide if you want. Like, that wouldn't... I don't think that would make the bard much stronger. It would be a nice little buff, but it would be pretty minor. Anyway, we are regenerating a bit. Maybe we could do this, and then I'll just kill him. Or I'll try anyway. Sure, we got another big heal. Nice. Just randomly. It's 1 in 4. Or, well, it's actually not 1 in 4, because there's 6 possible random terrains, but 2 of them are lower than 25%, and I don't know if the other ones are evenly distributed. The problem actually is that we keep getting Mineral Shell, which is basically a waste of a turn. The other ones are all decent, but Earth Spikes is basically worthless. Hey, and a small group at least. Try to kill 1. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, small groups of wizards are not the problem. It's when you get the big group that's going to be a bit of a pain for this party. Did I ever go to the right side chest? Yeah, I did. I missed 1 treasure in there. It's a wooden shield. It's guarded by an earth elemental. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I think, you know, I'm not saying the bard doesn't provide value to a party with their current, like, balancing stuff. I just think that in again, a more powerful party, of which basically includes a fighter, like someone who can kill things in 1 hit already, fighter style character, or a mage style character with, you know, magic, like Fire 2 or any of the good powerful spellcasters, offensive spellcasters. I think the bard, the charge up is just too slow. So that's definitely one of my main takeaways here, is like the buffs are fairly minor, but they do help. They help the most in a weak party. But then maybe instead of having a bard, you just want to have a strong character, I guess. Like, that would be probably still better. Like, if I wasn't doing a no money specific challenge that didn't use the inn ever, yeah, I probably would have been better off with like a red mage or a black mage or a fighter, or any of those kinds of guys, right? That just clean house. I do think the blue mage was viable, but they wouldn't get. I wouldn't have the regeneration option for a blue mage. Actually, no, it would have been harder, because although you can get their spells without spending money, you can't recharge them without going to an inn or using a house. And there's not that many houses in the game for free, and I can buy them for 3 grand, but I'm trying not to spend that much money. So depending on your plan, like depending on which achievement you're going for, this might be the only party that really works. I guess it's because I'm doing a bunch at once. If you just pick one, let's just say never use the inn, but you can still buy weapons and armor and houses. But I'm doing no inns and no weapons and spend little money, so you don't really want to go houses. So I am making it harder on myself than necessary, but that's part of the fun. Make a good challenge. If I wanted to do them one at a time, it would be basically just a normal run with a minor tweak. Let me double check the Titan's Tunnel now that we've cleared this up. Oh, there is something kind of important. It's unique. It's not really very important, but it is unique. The Thief Glove. I suppose it's technically one more armor than gloves. However, that does mean we have less evasion, which is worse in some ways. But there you go. Also, if you use Mug, you steal all the enemy's gold in one time for free. For sure, like 100%. For the most part, that doesn't really matter. Oh, but that actually, you know, funnily enough, I did need one more glove. Alright. We don't need a great axe. It's not that great. Ha ha ha. Same joke every time. But that was a one-round trip to Vampire, and we're level 13. I would say for a normal mode balanced party, that's pretty fair. We're not over-leveled or anything. Because grinding is quite slow with this party, I don't intend to ever grind too much, other than enough. So, this is the just enough levels group. However, we do get a lot of value from grinding. Yang and Isaac both get a lot of power-ups from every level we get. The elemental or geomancer damage does... Alright, the extra power staff, I forgot. Yeah, we get a whole bunch of those. Also, don't forget, we do need to learn some song here. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Of course, in between episodes, I picked up Manus Pian. I went to Melmond and Crescent Lake, and I just made sure I could talk to everyone. I did, like, save it ahead of time. Another important use of the tent, I would say, in this run. Because you can definitely bug out those songs, which is weird, but that's what happens, so... Somewhere nearby? Where is it? Yeah, $5. Yay! So yeah, the magic boosting, magic damage up. Unfortunately, it's only magic damage. It doesn't affect, so it would affect Shining Flare, but it doesn't affect, like, magical healing. Sure, it's fine. We can recharge this later if I need it. These fights suck, and unfortunately for this run, I shouldn't really be tent save resetting like I normally do. Otherwise, I'm going to end up buying more tents than I want. It's weird. I really prefer saving all the time. Bit of a... They're usually cheap enough, and random encounters are deadly enough that it's just better to save all the time. And even in a couple previous runs, I was like, I should probably actually save more often. Because the number of times I get into a stupid encounter like this, and then I'm like trying to get away, I would be better off just having put a tent down and resetting immediately, right? But this is fine, you know. It's fine. Alright. Ambush, ambush, ambush. Maybe we get a charge back. Maybe Julian just kills them all. Yeah, not bad. Actually, I'm going to specifically try to get one of my flares back by killing with the random. No luck. Like I said, the odds of getting the train back, the spell charges back seem to be fairly low. Alright, I'll use another tent. This time we're going down to Lich. Get my map on the 4th floor ready. There's definitely some more loot to pick up. Some good stuff. Run from annoying fights. and heal up when it's reasonable. Gargoyles, not really interested. Maybe should have healed up there, but it's fine, I think. Alright, here we go. Preemptive Strike means free run. We'll just take it. I will trade this ambush for that last Preemptive Strike, though. Thanks, game. Real nice. Well, please, Julian, get a turn. Otherwise, we're going to be here until we die. I'm really glad I leveled up that bard and picked this hat up. You know, it didn't win us the fight instantly, but it sure is going to save me some time. Yeah. Yeah. Appreciated that. Okay, now I really do want to heal up if I can get a somewhat chill encounter. Please. Yeah, this is perfect. So let's try to kill a couple Grogers and regen. They could each individually kill one, probably. Okay, we're fully charged on terrain magic or whatever, geomancy. I will put the armor on so we take a little bit less damage while we're just healing. Vaughn's doing okay. I wouldn't say we're in, like, emergency heal. Like, I don't think we need to go too hard here into max, like, 240, but spend a couple turns at least. It's just going to really suck if we ever get ambushed by, you know, anything. And it just lays into my front row character, because 50% of the hits will go to them. And then they're dead, and there's just a reset, basically. And if it could be prevented by doing this for a couple turns, you know, we should do it. Alright, close enough. Alright, we're good. Fully healed up. Charges ready to go. Ambushed again. Do I not have my thief up front? I'm going to try to cleanse the poison on a different encounter. Thief is up front, still getting ambushed. Once we're promoted, that won't be a problem. Oh, come on. So much for avoiding ambushes with a thief in the top slot. I do get comments, they're like, oh, blue, thieves are way better than you think. Because as long as you have a thief in the top slot, you're going to have a way better time in these dungeons. It's not any different, guys. Oh, we're lucky Julian did not get stunned. He got hit twice. He very easily could have been paralyzed, and then we would have just wiped. I mean, the damage is good, but... Oh, man. I mean, I am glad the bard can do that. Alright. 4th floor. Should I just use some pure potions? Yeah, I guess. This is the last really heavy poison dungeon. Once we're out of here... See, this is it. I didn't have a chance to heal. Okay. Maybe big heal, big armor. Come on, get good turn order. Come on, let me get a turn. It's alright. Damage rolls. Garbage. Garbage! Good thing I got that heal in before we died. Alright. There's not a lot of good encounters here. That's the truth. This is actually not the worst one. This is a trap tile, but yeah. It actually might be one of my better heal spots for the moment. Once the Wizard Ogre's dealt with, get a little bit of armor going. Maybe just make sure we don't die. Oh man, quit beating on Yang! It should be a 25% chance, but it's like the enemy knows. As soon as you're like low HP, they're like, yeah, no, we know what you're trying to do. Focus them down, get the weakling. Okay, we're stabilizing. Unfortunately, this does take a little while now to heal again. Biggest pet peeve. Healing with this specific party a bit on the slow side. Alright, we should be fine again. Actually, what I want to do, because we used up all our big, like, choice heals, I would really like to recharge my Geomancy. That was a fail. Come on, Geomancy, give me something. I mean, a free heal, that's great. And a free, that was a recharge. So we got +1 to everything. If we can get another +1, then we're at full power again. Did not. That's okay. Money. This was a random encounter, not my fault. Good running turns. Earth Glove, what would we want that for? Technically, anyone can equip it. It is +1 over a glove. Earth isn't really a thing, but sure. Wooden stick is pointless. Money, money, money. Yeah, none of that really matters. Looting all this area was probably not worth it. Also, 25 bucks more. Anyway, we're sort of full clearing just to prove that we're awesome and very powerful. And we're totally not going to immediately die here. Okay, Earth Embrace is the play for wizards. We want to save that for wizard encounters. I have decided that is the best use for it. Now, this is pretty good. This is immunity to... It's literally, other than the ribbon, this is the second best helmet in the game. I don't care about Absorb that much. It's good, but Paralysis is the worst. So who do we give this to? I'm thinking the Bard, because the Bard can sweep the stun dead if we do not get paralyzed. However, the Thief will get hit the most and does run away very well. So if he was immune to paralyze, you might just be able to run from them all without too much trouble. It's probably still a little better on the Thief. I don't know. It's a minor difference, but I'll take the little armor up, and I think, like, I know my run on Vaughn has a good chance of working, and now that he's just going to take half the hits, I mean, we gotta wait. Julian did get stunned, but I can't remember. Can you run from this fight? I don't remember. We could use this to heal up a little bit, I guess. But yeah, I guess you could kind of go either way, depending on your preference. The stun, the enemies that can stun us, Julian can kill probably most of them with one turn on his physical attack. So as long as he's immune to paralyze, he can kill stuff. As long as Vaughn is immune to paralyze, he will probably be able to escape. So the probably isn't as strong as the definitely. So there's that. But on the other hand, most things attack Vaughn, so he gets to provide the most paralysis protection that the party can have. Right? That's the trade-off, I think. Anyway, that's good enough for now. Actually, no, just attack, attack, attack. Ah, come on. As soon as we're not immune to poison, whatever. I've got enough. There's not much after here other than overworld junk. Okay. This room maybe questionable to dive here as well. Gross. Good. Thank you, Vaughn. Pointless, pointless, pointless. Sadly, no one knows how to use guns. And power stick can go as well. I guess now only 2 people could equip the power stick, but if you had both people equipping them, they would do more damage. Still pretty bad, I think. Alright. I mean, I could hold on to the silver shield until promotion, but that's not going to matter, I don't think. There is a bonus rune sword. Could we dual wield? That'd be pretty cool to kill Lich with dual rune swords. This dumb encounter again. Hold on, just a second. I can look this up. FF1 NES Giant. I need to remember this actually forever. All encounters that include a green giant on any number, and there's quite a variety of them. This is the one that often ambushes you, which should trip you up, or should tip you off that it's runnable. But I often forget, because that is a officially 14% chance in total. So you don't see it too often. One day I'll memorize them all. Okay. The Lich's floor. Is there anything worth grabbing? I mean, I can get a free house. I guess those are pretty rare for this kind of run. And in real life. Tremor, that's the rarest random terrain skill, I think. Seems to do pretty good damage. Cave-In and Tremor, I think, are the 2 rare ones. And they both seem pretty strong. I don't know why I'm not running. Just forgot. Oh no, I am. Half my team is running. The other half forgot. That's okay. Double bats. Gross. This might take a while. I don't think we can one-shot mummies. Not with our current level. Ah, good. Well, we're not immune to sleep, but at least it didn't prove to be too bad. Okay, we can pick up another Earth Glove. Which, I mean... Sure. If Lich had the Quake spell, that would be an advantage. I kind of need one encounter that I can heal. I should have healed up on the last fight. I want to start this fight at full, and I don't have the heal potions for it. This is terrible. This might literally be the worst one I could have got. Come on, kill him in one hit, Yang, please. That was a really good hit. Just didn't do enough. Yeah, this guy can hit over 100 damage. There's no way we regen on him. This should be okay. Let's try to kill the bull. And with armor up, the troll shouldn't be too bad. The troll does low-ish damage, but lots of, or 3 hits, which is quite a lot for the early game. And once you have enough armor, it's just 3 hits, 1 damage. 3 hits, 3 damage. It would be better if I had more Earth Blessing, but I really need to save those for the Lich fight, because that's my only big heal that I can choose to use, and I think we're going to need it if the fight doesn't go quickly enough, basically. So let's make sure we're at tippy-top shape here. Best chance... It's actually really annoying. We better win in this fight, because it takes a lot longer to set this up than normal. Like, normally, you just use a bunch of heal potions and fight the boss. If you die, you die, but at least it's over fairly quick For us, I think we need to spend a couple minutes slowly regenerating. There might be better random encounters, but I don't want to risk more earth elementals and other jank, basically. I suppose the Lich does enough damage, or the Troll does enough damage that I should be using Yong's healing just to make sure we're out healing the potential damage. I think I will go for max, though. Just taking a little bit of time. Okay. One more round, I think. Unless the troll crits us. I think we'll be alright at near max. And you are in good shape. Good. Okay. Hey, we get level ups! That's kind of cool. I guess if I fought like one more fight, I could make the black belt a bit stronger too, but... let's not do that. Let's kill the Lich. We have a lot of money. If you never spend money, it does pile up. Okay, okay. Don't forget Rune Sword. Definitely better against Spellcaster. If I did attack... quick math, we'd only get one attack. If I do attack with the Bard, which isn't going to happen, 2 attacks here would be better. But his buffs are going to be more important, I think. Alright, here we go. Hope we can deal some damage. Is the Lich, the Earth Elemental boss, resistant to Earth? No. I guess Liches aren't allowed to fly. Also, swimming characters resist Earth, so flying or swimming. Okay, so we could slow, but that doesn't really... I think it just gets 1 attack normally, right? Or is it 2? 1 or 2? Just 1. Okay, it can fast itself, but we can slow that if we want. So I think... I don't know. Maybe random and hope that I get one of the stronger ones? Maybe? And... I think we want to just try to get... I'm gonna put Regen on immediately because it's very likely the Lich just hits us with Ice 2. Good turn order, actually. Very lucky. We got a free heal and armor up right after the Lich used Ice 2. So that was very convenient. Okay. Now I want to get attack up on Vaughn, especially, but, you know, everybody. So we did get a free Earth Blessing. Let's just see how much damage Stalactite can even do. Because if it does enough damage, the Mana's Peon 30% might be worth it. 128. Well, Vaughn's having a nap for 1 turn. I guess we could... We can't double up on any of them, so... Hero's Rhyme is the weakest link. We might as well just set up all the other 4 songs over time if we get a chance. Okay, well, Stalactite did a lot of damage, so it didn't matter. Turns out, Lich only has 400 HP, and this almost kills it on its own. And I didn't even get around to the plus 30%. So that was not hard. Cool. How about a free bell? Alright! Hey, you know what? A little bit slow, yes, but overall, not that dangerous. So, what's the priority now? I mean, I did just save. Let's not deal with ambushes, at least. The battles are slow enough. I don't need to be ambushed. It's the same encounter exactly, but not ambushed, so good enough. Thank you, game. Well, first we get our canoe. The options, as always, Volcano, Ice, or Ordeals. Does Volcano give us literally anything I care about? An Agama grind tile. Ooh, that's a lot of XP. Paralysis would be nice here. Some defense is probably not a bad play either. This fight might literally be harder than the Lich fight. I don't know. Probably not. Not with Paralyze. Let's see what we get randomly. Thunderbolts, another random one. Not even a really good random one, unfortunately. It's maybe about as strong. It might be a bit stronger than Wind Gust, but it's like Wind Elemental, Fire Elemental, Non-Elemental Paralysis. That's really good. Healing is good. And then the fifth one is like a single target Lightning. That's kind of weird. I pressed down, it just didn't register it. So now we lose our defense and we get Nova Gen, which is what I was going for, of course. Alright, it's fine. Okay. Cleansed. Slight regen. Let's just kill. Good. Yeah, that's pretty good XP. That if I could always fight 4 Peds, that would have been faster XP than the double giants. The thing is, like, is 2 giants plus 2 iguanas is 512 XP. So 4 Peds is more than double that, which is pretty awesome. The problem is, it's probably a harder fight. So at a low level, you might not even be able to win it with this group. This fight is really annoying on the resources too. The Cobras, by the way, you might not know, I looked this up, 16% crit chance. So if you're relying on an armor strat for Cobras, that doesn't really work. They can do, theoretically, 88 damage in 1 hit, 1 crit for no matter how much armor you have. It's not insta-kill, but it's definitely a lot more than I would like. You know, I never picked up the free Crescent stuff either. I came here just to get the songs off camera, but I will officially pick up the freebies, seeing as you guys are watching now. I do get people wondering sometimes why I don't learn the Crescent Lake dance when I have a dancer. It's because you have to kill the Lich before that opens up. So, we could learn it now, but if you come here pre-Lich kill, no dance for you. Okay, I think that's everything we can do here. We're kind of loaded up on stuff. Actually, that is an upgrade. I can't buy them, so this is the first findable scarf. I forgot we could even equip those. Sure, it doesn't really matter, but, you know, it's nice to have. Okay, that's something. Dropping these is always a bit scary because, like, you know, I can't buy them again ever, but it's unlikely Yang is going to have a better armor, like a better equipable armor than we're going to be able to just get him like this. Okay, I actually need to make my decision now. Where are we going? So, Volcano gets me, like, silver armor, flame shield, flame armor, ice swords, Agamas. There's some custom gear now. There's a flame bell. Ordeal's has the gold bracelet I can put on Vaughn. That would be nice. Let me see if there's anything, like, Ordeal's is shorter. I think that's probably where I go. There is a special harp there, too, actually. Okay, Ordeal's it is. It's a shorter, dangerous, but probably manageable dungeon. Volcano's a bit bigger, and the rewards... I haven't looked at all the thief searches, of course. But the rewards in Volcano are pretty weak. Of course, doing ice, gets us the airship if we can win, but that's surprisingly difficult to guarantee. The water is also a very good place to heal up, by the way, if you're playing along. Maybe don't accidentally kill all the enemies in one round, but the heal plus regen is one of the better, I don't know how much regen this gives. We can maybe figure that out, but basically, it's a strong heal, maybe even stronger than the Earth heal, and a regen effect at the same time. So it's 10%. So that's actually better than the Angel Song for a few turns at least, and they stack. So you could, I think, heal 15% HP per turn. It is, I think, if you're just trying to heal up in a no-in run, Geomancer in the water is, at least for now, the best efficient route I can think of. And 338 damage on a Thunderbolt. Our levels starting to get there, right? Getting strong. That feels pretty good. Black Belt doing 200 damage to a 0 armor shark, yes, but still, the damage is getting up. I do think a tent before and after major dungeons is still worth it. You'd have to count how many, save items are available in the game if you're playing without buying any, if that's your plan. I don't think that's a super fun plan. Silver Spear? If you had a Dragoon, we'd finally have a spear for him. Not happening today. Alright. Now, there is a sparkle there. I think the only way we can get this is by killing the zombie D, teleporting back to this throne, and searching upwards before we leave. So this is an end of the dungeon kind of trick. And I think this will be the first time I've had a thief and a bard at the same time, because they're kind of both, well, to me, in vanilla FF1, the thief is kind of like the bard of the team. The spoony bard that is kind of garbage. So I would very rarely want both of them. But, hey, it's a challenge run. Things are different today. I don't think we can equip this. This is one of the reasons... Oh, no, we can equip this. Never mind. This is one of the reasons you might want a dancer with your thief. Well, that's interesting. How does that compete? Tons of crit. We're still in the 2-hit threshold. It's the highest hit percent, so it'll hit 3 attacks the soonest. I think unless you're fighting something weak to Dragon or Spellcaster or maybe Water, this might be the best weapon to thief. I thought this was promotion only, actually. Interesting. 30% crit? That's not too bad. Well, we'll see. This is why you have... Okay, this is why I don't want to go to ice. Just run, I guess. Those won't matter. Do you think this is enough to one-shot them? I don't know. Run. Yeah, it's not gonna work. If you don't escape, if they start killing people, it's just gonna get worse. Alright. We didn't really get very far, it's fine. Maybe 4 sorcerers is the worst encounter in Ordeals. Maybe, I don't know if it goes up to 5. But the large number of sorcerers is probably the worst thing we can see. So let's just try again and hope we don't see that. Yeah, I mean, I'm already in the same place, right? So that's where we died to sorcerers a minute ago. Well, now we fight zombie Ds. We can't run, but... Do they get 2 attacks or 1? This is like the boss fight, oddly enough. They only get 1, so the slow doesn't really matter. Darkness, not going to work, probably. We don't get slow, never mind. I was thinking something else. We'll see how much damage... No, they sorry, one more try. Maybe because they're dead, they don't get flying? Yeah, they still have earth resistance. Doesn't matter. Okay. Not great for us. This is, you know, one of those situations where being able to sample a different area and bring it here would be great, but maybe we just go for damage? And some defense, honestly. Bad, like, literally terrible turn order, but... Okay, so now we attack, and we put armor on and heal. Damage did not seem to make a difference. I mean, it did on the black belt. But Vaughn would really love to be hasted, obviously. I think we're alright here. We can do a little bit of Angel. Yeah, the black belt's doing good damage. We're alright. Chasm got the kill. Cool. Alright. Well, that's better than 4 sorcerers, but that might be like second hardest fight or third hardest fight. I don't know. It's funny, the boss is potentially weaker than some of the random encounters. This fight is not good either in terms of bad fights. Again, they resist earth, so bad luck. Just run. At least it's runnable. Yeah. Okay, we need something to heal up on, because this is where not having menu healing is going to be a real big problem. Enemies with AoEs. Is there anything hidden on this floor? Yeah. Technically. This might kill everything beside the wizard mummy. Except... Oh, we don't get the heal this time. It's very similar to the earth. This is weird. It looks almost the same as the earth set of abilities or geomancy, but it's not actually the same. That's why I was like slow. It's earth. It's non-elemental instead of earth. That's, yeah. Okay. You can see what happened. Absorb, but no heal. Darkness, AoE instead of slow, but non-elemental. Single target, non-elemental instead of slow. The names even look kind of earthy. And then this one, instead of garbage, it's actually pretty good. Okay, let's try to kill as many as we can. I really need to get some healing, though, or Vaughn will die. Armor. Too many mummies. This is not a guaranteed kill. Okay, I should have attacked with Julian. That was... Yeah, that was bad. I think we're gonna be resetting. Dang it! We just we got fire-tooed, and I didn't have a chance to heal. I mean, I could attack now, but we got a little heal. Nope, instantly dead. All right, whatever. The no healing run. Well, this is gonna make both Ice and Volcano definitely spicy. Because at the very least, the Earth Cave, as much as it's terrible, there's not enemy spellcasters that do AoEs. So, like, I can afford a couple... soft potions. Because I've got 8. But on the first fight, I don't think that's worth it. If we had escaped, that would have been fine. Maybe even just one would have been okay, but... Unrunnable. We'll go RNG mode. It's fine. I guess we are... Yeah, because I don't have a healing geomancy. That was one of the things that was definitely nice in Earth Cave, is having that big heal. Not having that kind of caught me a little bit more off guard. And I can start with the Angel, but isn't damage prevention generally better than small heal over time? I wish I could turn to Angel Song. Like, not having to hide between every song would be amazing. Anyway, I don't really want to fight the mud golems. Technically, I keep missing a little bit of gold, in one of the walls. But... Oh, not again! Run, run. Okay, good. Thank you, Vaughn. This fight maybe could be used to heal up. Speaking of healing up, this was maybe the secret reason to come here. Yeah. If I'm in an area where the Geomancy has no healing magic, the Geomancer might just want to spam this. Also, I missed this. This. The good news is there should be no encounter tiles on these steps whenever you're one above the bottom of a room floor. This doesn't count, of course. Another death encounter, theoretically. It's brutal. I mean, I guess we see if we can get out, but... You know, we're right there. It's so close. Getting some physical defense. We got the heal staff. Everyone will have at least silver bracelet or higher. You know, we're doing all right. It's just get the Zeus's glove. People keep dying because we keep getting AoE magic down without a way to heal between fights. We could try. Whatever. I'm probably gonna have to reset again, but you never know. Maybe we take him down. Wish we had one. One dragon means maybe. 2 dragons, ugh. Yeah, I mean, we're just getting crushed. Maybe I should have just attacked, honestly, with Julian. I don't think we were winning that one. Alright, well, this is our first actual stumbling block. We actually made it through, I think, every run up to now of a dungeon. With a death or two sometimes, like the wizards and stuff. But we actually beat all the other challenges first try, right? So this is our first really rough dungeon. And it's really because I don't have any way to heal. Which is a bad sign for the late game. But if I can get the gold bracelets and the heal staff, I still think this is the right dungeon to do first of the 3. But, yeah, our freaking menu inputs doesn't really matter, of course, but I was going for the regen, of course. I mean, there are... I don't know, maybe it is better to go Dragon Sword here, because of the dragons. Especially against the fight at the dragons at the end. I mean, that would be smart. So many of these. This is pretty rough, too. These guys aren't, like, weak. once we have the gold bracelet equipped, I think, you know, maybe it'll be a bit more reasonable, but... I just don't really see how I can sit around and regen back up. Unless the armor up thing stacks. Like, if I keep doing random trains, we'll kill him. But I have regen up, so maybe we try? Can we stall? We got him dark. I mean, yeah, maybe he'll miss a little bit, right? Is this... This would be better with the heal staff, but a little better. 7 damage? Okay. I was under the impression that even one Zomble would deal too much, but maybe we're okay. Is there any other songs that would contribute here? If this affected like healing, that would be great. Wait, I'll just put it on, but technically dilutes my chakra a little bit. Okay, this looks... Okay, I gotta remember that barely we can heal on this fight, I think. I expect the way it's working is the armor equipped is making a very big difference in how much the absorb scaling is affecting us, because this is 20%. So if you only have like 10, you know, plus 2 per cast is not very much. But if you're at like 20 or 30, then this is a far more effective spell, which is, I don't know if I like the percentage boosting like that. Well, to be fair, I don't know how that works, because critical up, is that critical plus 10 or critical times 1.1, right? Like, if it takes your 10% crit and turns it into 11%, then it's trash. I really hope that's not the case. But then it would be working for damage differently than crit percent. Crit hit. Because damage, I expect, is times 1.1. But I hope crit is... It's tricky. And when you don't really know how the things work behind the scenes... that's one of the reasons I tend to ignore them, right? It's like, I don't actually know if this is doing anything. I can't see the difference. So I just stop using it pretty easily. Anyway, I think we're recovering here. We'll get Vaughn over 200 at least. And, sure, you can attack. And then we'll keep going. Alright, should be good. Obviously, the heal staff will make this a little bit more efficient. I think we can get like 2 heal staffs eventually. And there's heal helmets and stuff too. That we may really have to end up relying on those more than I would like. But if I'm not going to buy heal potions, I'm going to try not to, then I do have a problem. Of course, I might end up giving up. Depending on how those go. Depending on how many man-cat ambush fire 2, fire 2, fire 2s we get. That might change my opinion. Okay, that's the right spot for the heal staff. Okay, getting the big armor on the top slot, very important. Also, hand me down. Some junk. Ice Sword is something we hold on to until promotion. Silver Spear we do not. Get rid of this. Inventory filling up a little bit. It is actually kind of nice for wasting turns to have a weapon in the top left slot, even if you're not equipped with it. It just makes it very efficient to skip your turn. Gross. Please run, please run, please run. Good, thank you. Okay. Now, I could equip the gold bracelet on Yang. It is 10 absorb up. But he's already at 14. I guess at the moment, the back row's at 20. They're okay. We get him to 26 for now. I will probably switch that up as his level gets higher, but for now that seems to make sense. And I guess he can have, well, no one can equip it. Everyone else has 4 equipment slots. The Zeus's glove is tricky. Like, Lightning 2 is pretty nice. Maybe that's okay for Yang. If he doesn't have a single target to punch, then he can use the Lightning to do an AoE attack at least. Maybe? I don't know. Not very effective here anyway. Could turn. Thank you, Yang. That's a little lucky. The running chance on these guys that aren't thieves. Not great. Better than the Geomancer though. Okay. We got the serious boss battle music going on. Serious boss battle. Did I equip the dragon sword? I think I did. I hope I did. Let's go. Now we've got good armor. Stack that absorb. Still get hit for 60 and 80. Oof. Questionable. Have to hide. Right, I should have just been a... I actually think I should just be attacking with Julian. I think we should have gone damage and crit up, and then the Bard would have attacked. And I bet you that would have been pretty good. This is fine though. We're doing just fine. Now that everyone's alive and at good HP, this fight's not so bad. But don't forget, don't move. There we go. Gilbert. Free Victory March. So if you're not going to attack with your harp, which oftentimes we won't, we will start with a free song at the beginning of battle. Let's show off what that does. First time I've ever been able to use it. Fight something over here, maybe? There. Free Victory March. Party XP up. And then because you get one for free, it doesn't cost you one of your charges, so you can put up another one immediately. Of course, instant poison. Now, it does cost us one of our song slots. So it's... If you're planning on getting 4 different songs, then maybe it's not that great, but... Basically, we get double XP while we have that harp equipped, and we don't lose the song before the end of combat. Okay. Definitely nice to have the heal staff. Of course, we immediately get re-poisoned. But yeah, that should have been double XP. We fought 3 Catmans. We could math this out. 780 times 3 is 2340. Divided by 4 is 800 and... What? 2380. We can round it. Around, yeah. 2340 divided by 4. It's a little under 600 each. It's a little over double 600. It's a little under double 600 each. Yeah, definitely works. So, in terms of grinding, that might have been worth it because I do need to end the episode, and I probably want to get some levels before Ice, given just how that last run went. I'm not sure where I'm going to do them yet. I maybe should try Agamas. But then again, we haven't done Volcano yet either. So maybe we do Volcano next episode and see how that goes. And then Ice last. Maybe Ice isn't that bad. What's in Ice? Stun Dead. Well, we're not going to be able to one-shot the Stun Dead. Wraiths have too much... I think either dungeon is viable. I think Ordeal's first makes the most sense. 2 gold bracelets. I'm going to look up the loot off camera, and then next episode I will make my decision. I will let you guys know where we're going next. I might get like a level up or something in between. I'm not going to do a lot of grinding, but now that I've got that double XP, that helps. So I will see you next episode somewhere, ready for the next dungeon. Maybe 2 dungeons if we're lucky. Hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day.